Hello, welcome back. This is Kench1913, and we are Let's Playing Rogue Galaxy. Bonus episodes. In the last episode, we made it to floor 34, or 36. I am going to be speeding up the footage. I know some of you asked to slow it down, but what I'll do is, obviously, what I'm doing is, I'm going to, just because this is a long area, honestly, it's going to take a while to do. And I don't want to waste everybody's time, so that's one of the reasons why I'm speeding it up. But I will, for the floor 90 to 100, I'll do regular again. I'll do it regular, and that'll be one whole video. But, like before, the boss battles are going to be, the boss battles are pretty much going to be, you know, regular speed. But I figured that this is the fastest way to do it. And I know some of you have asked to not speed it up, but I'm just gonna do it this way, and I'll try to do the last 10, you know, short. Or not short, but regular speed with regular commentary. But for the time being, this is what you're gonna get. I apologize. If someone doesn't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But, I just kind of want to, you know, this video literally was an hour, and then I squeezed it into 30-something minutes, so. But yeah, these types of places, I'm not a huge fan of, I'm not going to lie to you. In the next episode, I will definitely get more efficient at doing this a little bit, because there are a couple tricks that I was able to find out. And I think in this episode I was able to figure out also exactly how fast I need to have this so that it's not crazy, that you really can't, like, understand what's going on. But yeah, as you can see, there's nothing there. Alright, so I'll give you a few tips while we're playing this. One thing you should really have is the Dorgan caliber or whatever, the weapon that I have. Is arguably the best weapon. Well, it is the best weapon in the game, but the thing about it is it really helps get through this area. One other thing that I learned is that when we look at the portals, there's actually 6 portals on every floor, and you see how there's red lights around the ones that work. That's what you kind of gotta look for. Instead of the purple ones, you gotta look for the red lights. That's the best thing to do. I wonder where this is. The other thing to do is, you know, have a character, either Digo or have the three, what is it? The 3 characters, Jaster, Kisala, and Zegram. They have an ability called Supernova that does a lot of damage, and it's very good, and it helps quickly get rid of the enemies other than having to go through multiple characters in order to do abilities, and makes battles quicker.
Man, this is too much.
But yeah, there are 6, I believe there are 6. Alright, so we have a new enemy here. This guy's like the Phantom Sword or something like that. And, Phantom Sword, yeah, I was right. This guy has a barrier on him, but you gotta use, you can use Jaster's Lightning Sword, or Shock Sword, or whatever the hell it's called, and you can take it out, or you can just use a charge attack.
Where must we go? We have to feel it with our hearts.
Anyway, so yeah, there's 6 things every floor. See how the lights here are red? So, that's the right one to go. But, yeah, you just gotta, you keep an eye out for that. There's six teleporters on each floor. One of them is the correct one. And even though it is random, the floor placement, I believe there is a pattern. There might be like 5 different floor designs, and then they just rotate them constantly, I think. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Because I was searching for a map of this area.
Is it really safe for us to go any further?
And honestly, I'm gonna try not to collect too much treasure just because it's all worthless. But, What was I gonna say? Oh, so I was trying to look for a map, but honestly, I didn't find anything. Although, I do think that they could make a map of this area, because it kind of, the areas kind of repeat. They're all similar, they're all very similar, and it's just, where the hell is the portals? And the portals are usually in the same spot too, but you got like I guess it'd be 15, 30, whatever the 1 out of 6 chance that you're gonna get it right. So yeah, flash sword's the best thing. You know, I didn't notice that the flash sword breaks down the barriers, the things for a long time.
Tested here?
But yeah, so like I said, this is actually 1 whole hour of footage that I collected, and now I'm just shrinking it all down to about a little over a half hour. I hope you guys don't mind. I know that YouTube has a fast, like a ×2 feature, you know, on it, so I get why, like, if you were gonna watch this, then this is like quadruple the speed, but it's just that I think it's the easiest way for me to get through this area without having to record, honestly, like 10 videos for this whole thing, which is probably going to end up be more like 15, 20 videos for this whole thing. So I'd rather do it this way. And like I said, I do apologize for anyone who doesn't like this way, but whoops. Uh-oh. Simon needs some help. But yeah, I honestly dread coming through this area again.
Let's get out of here fast.
For the second time. I really do. That's gonna take some time. I saw someone do it in about 4 hours. Yeah, I honestly should just brought Digo in and had him kill everybody. I think Digo Kasala would be a good team, because Digo's
Don't they say curiosity killed the cat?
one of Digo's abilities, the covering fire thing, does a ton of damage, and then if you just finish him off with Kasala's thing. Yeah, this is Simon's Ghostbuster. I honestly thought that like was gonna do something else, but apparently not.
That's how you get it done. Hope it all goes well.
Alright, Grand B. Yeah, these guys aren't too bad. They do drop antidotes. They're not too difficult. Let's see, is this a red? Yep.
This is pretty old.
So yeah, you don't even have to look for the floor anymore. Like, don't bother looking for the floor area. You just look for it. If the lights are red, go ahead. If the lights are purple,
Don't we have to hurry?
something that rhymes with purple. Alright, so we're on the 40th floor. Let's look for...
Are we there yet?
Let's look for something else. Plus, you know, another thing I kind of wish they did was, I kind of wish that they
Here they come.
changed the music a little bit, maybe.
Here they come.
Would have been nice. Then I don't gotta listen to the same music over and
No
over
challenge at
again.
all.
That would have been nice.
We have to go up this thing?
And yeah, we're only on floor 40, which is,
You got all your equipment ready?
you know, 1/4 of the way
What a waste of
through,
time.
which are 4/10 of the way. And it's really,
Big deal. That's how you get it done.
and I think those tree guys are actually weak to fire, so if you use Simon's Raging Dragon ability, it'll actually be better. Yeah, so let's collect all the stuff for this. Let's look over here at the battle recorder. Alright, so there's one guy here we're missing, 181, which is actually an enemy we'll actually encounter fairly soon, but yeah, there's only about 15 more monsters to do. And here we have to fight a griffin. a Paragriffin. Now this guy is very difficult. It seems like all the enemies in this area... Yeah, you want to use this to increase everybody's attack power.
Alright.
Well, honestly, it seems like everybody... All the enemies in this area do this ability that hits you and dazes you and does about half of your HP. You know, takes away half of it. So the best thing to do with this enemy is actually stand away from him. Because you see how he's got that laser? That's a nasty laser.
This is not
See? And honestly, one of the best things to have in this area is daze defense. Because as you can see, we're all being dazed. So, if you have any of them daze guards, that would be really worth your while for this area. And of course, he's dazed. Now he's not. Let's have him use this. We almost got him. We almost got him. There we go. Yeah, so not too difficult, but you know, just stay away from staying right in front of him.
We're gonna have trouble getting through here.
That's the only thing I would tell you to do. Anyways, now let's take out Lilica and bring in Steve. Eventually, I'm gonna bring in Digo.
Excuse me, please don't leave me behind.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how everybody watches videos nowadays. Like, for the most part, I usually watch stuff on 2 times the speed if it's like podcasts or whatever. Sometimes even gaming videos I will...
What a waste of time.
Sometimes even on gaming videos I will do 2 times the speed. You know, or I'll have stuff going on in the background. I don't know.
That's how you get them.
It all depends. It depends on the videos, and also depends on the person speaking, because... Yeah, see, this is a purple. We don't need it. But yeah, it also depends on the person speaking, because if they're a fast talker or someone that I can't really understand when doing double speed, I'll actually slow it down. Now, the thing about watching it on double speed is I wonder if YouTube takes into account that you're watching on double speed, so it's technically less minutes watched. I don't know. I mean, it is, you're still watching the whole video. Like, let's say it's an hour-long video you put on double speed. You're only taking 30 minutes out of your time to watch an hour-long video. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, at this point I start trying to use Zap a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna stop getting the items. But yeah, at some point, yeah. That was,
It just keeps going and going.
at some point, I'm just gonna bring in Digo. And yeah, we're fighting these Phantom Claws, which I think we spawned before.
Those guys were no challenge at all.
Oh, that's a purple one.
Time warps. This place is trouble.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about while we're running around here, trying to get the floor 50. That's my goal. And yeah, I'm using Zap because it costs a little bit more. So I was assuming that the reason why it costs more is because it'll actually do a little bit more damage. I could be wrong on that account. It all depends on the...
Safe for us to go any further?
It all depends on the certain, you know, enemy's weakness or whatever. Yeah, that's purple.
Let's keep this pace up. Here they come.
Ah, shit. But, yeah, so let's talk about, YouTube and its whole adpocalypse thing a little bit while we're playing here. Pretty much what YouTube's been doing lately, at least from what I've gathered via the certain videos and stuff that I've watched, is obviously if you're a viewer of YouTube, probably know what the adpocalypse is, because, you know, you probably heard your favorite YouTubers talk about it. Well, apparently it's been hitting pretty hard for gamers, too. And one thing that I found out through this whole restricted video thing that they're doing now, is like restricted advertisements and all that, is that they're pretty much going after certain games. If they're not, like, I don't know, I wouldn't consider them family friendly or whatever. If they're not considered like, I don't know, like one example is The Last of Us. I did an LP on The Last of Us, and pretty much almost the whole playthrough got pretty much restricted in the essence of ad restricted, which really sucks. And then The Warriors, I also did an LP of that game, and pretty much all of that got restricted too. I understand why they would do it via the music, but to even restrict the gameplay is pretty messed up. So at this point, they don't want you playing any violent video games, or you can't really get away with playing violent video games at this point, like Destiny 2. Some of the Call of Duty stuff's even getting tagged. I mean, I'm not playing this. I'm hearing from other people. You know, it's just crazy. And yeah, YouTube's algorithm is just, I think it's just too crazy. It's going off the walls. And the thing about it is one of the things you can do is you can appeal it, or have an actual human like look at it. But the problem is you have to have over 1,000 views in 7 days in order for them to even look at it. So for a lot of my videos, I don't get that many views in that many days. So all these age restricted things, you know, obviously are not going to get resolved anytime soon. And one of the videos, you know what's messed up is one of the videos was Ninja Gaiden 1, like the end video, the finale. And Super Monkey Poop Fight, it's like, come on. Yeah, this is a purple one. Super Monkey Poop Fight, really? That's gotta get an age restriction. And some of the Doom videos that me and my buddy Dan did, and you know, it's just unreal. If there was a, you know, here's the two things about that is, if I was seriously like making YouTube my thing, at this point I would definitely, like, YouTube is like, you know, you know, my only source of income or whatever. Like, you know, I was doing YouTube full time. I would this is too much. I would definitely at this point be like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done with YouTube, and I would probably just go straight directly to Twitch. Because honestly, the only way that you can survive as a gamer nowadays, like making money and all that, I think is Twitch. Twitch is like one of the only places. And then the thing about YouTube is, like, they're one of the only, you know, they're the biggest video game or video sharing guys, you know, platform out there. So, you know, hopefully I'm hoping on VidMe to do better, and then give YouTube some competition, so that, you know, then YouTube actually has to deal with the consequences of screwing over their content creators. Because if you think about it, really no one comes to YouTube to watch, like, you know, whatever. They're here because the people who make the videos. If there weren't content creators, there wouldn't be a YouTube. Well, nowadays they could get away with that more because, like, all the big corporations like NBC's, CBS's, all the TV things put their, you know, TV companies put their footage on YouTube. So it's just bull, I think. You know, it started off pretty good, and now it's just kind of gone poopy. You know, I'm, like I said, if I really, like, if I was really making, like, I'm not even making a lot of money right now off of YouTube. Like, if YouTube was like solely my thing, then I'd be like, I'd be really worried. But honestly, I'm I'm not too worried because I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and hope for the ads come back and they calm down with all this restricted stuff. Although it's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, pretty much that's what's going on with YouTube, or at least my version of it, or my what I see of it. And you know, one thing a couple people have asked me. Yeah, we're kind of just fighting the same guys. But one thing a couple people have asked me is like to try and do more Twitch streaming. But the problem is with the schedule that I have via work and then things that I do after work, I don't have a lot of time to like just sit down for a few hours and just play games and like stream for whatever. Because you can actually become a Twitch affiliate if you have to stream for a certain amount of time every week, and you have to have a certain amount of people show up to each one of your streams. You have to have an average viewer thing. At this point, I really don't have that. I mean, I stream once a week for the most part on Sundays, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have the time to stream a lot during the week.
You got your equipment ready? I'll take you on. What a waste of time. That was a cinch.
Alright. So yeah, expect maybe another, let's say, 2 or 3 more of these fast forward episodes, and then I will have a regular video again. But like I said, Ghost Ship Extreme.
Is it really safe for us?
It's a long one. It's really an endurance test, and honestly, doing it for a second time is going to be even more crazy than doing it the first time. Just because it's like I've done all this, I have to run through all this all again. But like I said, you know, hopefully I'll have a couple of tricks to keep to have it be more efficient. You know, like just look at the lights. Don't even bother going in the room. If you notice that the lights on the elevators are not red, just skip them. And also, to make the battles go by faster, just use Digo or Supernova, because that works. But yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, I do apologize for the few people that don't like it being fast forward, but I want to kind of get through this as quick as I can. You know, in the least amount of videos, too. Because that's one other thing that I've noticed too, is like if an LP is like, if you got a bunch of parts, like I don't know, people I guess would be more willing to sit down and watch an hour-long footage of someone like playing a game than like, you know, 4 20-minute parts or something. I don't know. You know, I used to have a rule where I tried to keep it around 20 minutes, but nowadays, I just kind of feel like, what's the word? I kind of just gauge on how far I'm going. I mean, I still have my timer and everything, but I just gauge, you know, how long I'm gonna, or where's a good part to stop, you know what I mean, type of thing. And I try to keep it around 25 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes, you know, because, you know, I don't think I'd ever go back to like 10-minute videos or 15 minutes. But yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna try and keep my videos to 20 to 35 minutes. You know. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of this stuff in the thing because I don't want it bothering me.
us to go any further?
Yep, this is floor 48.
Don't fall behind, okay? Just keep coming.
See now, if this was the new me, this was the old me before I started learning some tricks, I've been like, yeah, skip this one. That's purple, screw it. Next.
We're all feeling the same here.
You know, it would have been nice if as you went up the ship or whatever, that the floors got smaller, you know? But they're not gonna, are they?
We must be prepared for anything. Let's proceed carefully.
They're gonna just get bigger and bigger. Well, actually, they're just gonna stay the same size, honestly. And they're gonna have me walking around like crazy.
Battle, everyone. What a waste of time.
Yeah, and honestly, the battles
How many
just...
people are there on this ship?
The battles just need to be... That's purple, not working. The battles need to be quicker. That's one thing. You got...
We could be dealing with more than just beasts.
You gotta try and go through this area, like, painless as possible. And yeah, the enemies in the beginning obviously start out much simpler, and they can be killed with just one, you know, ability. But now they're multiple abilities, this, that, and the other. And of course, I wish the revive you can use it to bring back, or use it to like heal your HP. That'd be sweet, like some of the other ones do. You can just use it and it heals your HP.
Well, let's keep on pressing forward.
Let's go this way.
I'll take you on. What a waste of time. Entering battle, everyone. Oh my, is it already over?
And see, two of those abilities
Popping up like crazy.
are just not working anymore. And the thing is, you got... The one thing you do have to remember when you come in here is every 30 levels, every 30 floors, you're going to run into, you're going to run into a shopkeep. So keep that in mind, too. But for the most part, you probably not need...
This should help us put our skills
You
to the
probably
test.
won't need too many, you know...
Happiness are not the same thing.
You probably won't need too many items because it seems like they drop them a lot, you know? Floor 49, one more to 50.
I'll take you on.
And yeah, at this point I don't want to fight anymore, I'm sick of it. See, the problem with running in here is
Is it really safe for us to go any further?
the problem with running in here is you don't know where the hell you're going. You don't really have a map. I mean, you do, but you don't, you know what I mean?
People are there on this ship? Entering battle, everyone. Here they come. Any injuries, anyone?
Yay.
Be careful. We could be dealing with more than just beasts here.
Yeah, now I'm bringing in Digo. That's it.
No one can get through life by avoiding challenges.
That's true, Digo. No one can get through life by avoiding challenges.
I'll take you on. That's how you get it done. We have no choice but to press forward.
Yeah. Let's keep going. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done.
Here they come.
Leave me alone. Birds. Yeah. There we go. Alright, we're on floor 50. Halfway through.
A small break.
Halfway through. We're halfway there. Whoa, whoa. Living on a prayer.
People are there on this ship.
Yeah, that's the kind of commentary I do. Anyways, we're almost through here, or at least halfway. I think this next boss isn't too hard, but there is one boss coming up that is pretty tricky.
Be careful. We could be dealing with more than just beasts here.
what I saw, they're very dangerous.
It is important that we seek out the correct information.
What correct information?
Let's go. Here they come.
And they're gone. Yay.
Time warps. This place is trouble.
Alright, so let's take on this boss here. This is the ultimate mimic, the Pandora. Or Pandora.
Here we go.
Now, what are we going to use here? Let's use one of these things, Strength Star. They help bring up your attack power, of course. Then we're going to use Illusion Sword. And yeah, as you can see, you need to switch to Jaster's sub-weapon, Break Barrier Shot. Hit it with that. Now we can actually do it some damage. Why do you have to kill Deagle?
Sorry.
Alright. One thing I noticed too is the Strength Stars, they last longer than like if you're having you know, like Zegrum or whatever his ability. Let's use another Strength. No, let's not use that. Let's use another Strength Star. There we go. There we go, we win. Yep, we ran out of room for Hunter's Coins, so I gotta get rid of those. But anyways, we're pretty much done with level 50, and we're gonna go to level 51. And I am gonna stop the video here, and then the next episode, we're hopefully gonna go through a bunch more. But next time, we're gonna be more and more efficient, so that we don't have to waste a lot of time in battle. I've been Genshin 1913, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.